but I'm noticing the tropes of, just snugging through the wall is like the God of War, like load screen thing coming through.
Triple A squeeze, they call it.
Yeah, the AAA squeeze is very, very real. Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to Dodge, Parry and Roll, your fortnightly Australian independent and video game existential crisis show. I messed it up there. I'm your host, Josh Vinnie, joined, as always, by my fluffy companion, Vinnie Chans. Vinnie, how are you?
You know what? I was good. I woke up this morning feeling all right. And then just the day came at me. A lot of first world problems.
Talk to me.
Today. But,
Talk to me.
wait, how are you going first?
Oh, thank you for asking. I'm good. I mean, we're in the thick of it at the moment. We're potty training Nathan, who's turning 3 in August. And we had some wins today, 4 separate occasions of peeing in the potty.
That's it.
Which is great. We do like a little wee dance every time he wheezes. We haven't done number 2s yet, but we work up to the number 2.
Yeah. The two
But that's
come
been
after
fun.
the ones.
Like, it's mostly Naomi, like, because I'm obviously working, but over the weekend we did it together, and it's a lot of like he's pretty good. Like, he's not afraid to sit on the potty. Like, I've heard horror stories of like kids not even want to go near it, so he'll happily sit there naked. He's that comfortable that it takes 2 hours though. That's
like he's ready even before he's ready to go.
Yeah, so this is probably day 4 or 5 of us kind of starting to train him to do it. And the first few times it was like, even this morning, the first one was like, sit on the floor with him for 2 hours. And then eventually he'll be like, there it is. It just happens, and it's so cute. So yeah, been doing that. I took a few days off work last week, which was really nice, just to kind of get a break, but then not really get a break, because then you transition to father mode. So it's been...
You're always on.
Yeah, it's just like a different on, because now I'm helping Naomi, who probably deserves a break a lot more than I do. But yeah, I mean, life's good, man. Just working away, stepping into a new role at work as of July, which is great. Just got told today, as much as it's an internal promotion, because it is a new role, it does have to technically go to market for 5 days, so that's going to be funny to see. So I'll just be like, oh, look, people are going to apply for a job. It's so weird, right? It's like the technicality of like, legally we need to put the job live, but I'm like, that's great, but you're also not even going to interview anyone anyway, so like...
What's the point?
Maybe they are.
Oh, maybe they're going to get an external... Maybe you're not as good as you think.
I definitely am not as good as I think, but I think I'm better than they think.
And that's
if
what
that makes sense.
No. They think you're better than you think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Yeah. That's what I meant. I mean, I don't even know how I do half the things I do, but that's
You're
enough
wearing
about
glasses now. Look at you.
These aren't reading glasses. These are screen glasses.
The blue lights.
Blue light. Yeah. I got these because it was getting just too much time in front of a screen.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with these people? I used to look. There was a good, in my 10-year career of working, there was a good solid 7 years in there where I didn't need to do a lot of work. A solid 7 years. And I would do enough for a bit of praise, but not enough where it's like I'm actually trying. I've had to try in this job. And I think I got so used to not needing to work that I have this unrealistic expectation of what my working day should be like. Where sometimes I'm whinging, as I usually do. Naomi's like, dude, it's 3 o'clock. You should be working.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I like to finish around 3:34. I don't want to be doing this, Got things to do. My grass is starting to overgrow at the back. I need to cut the grass.
Oh, no. It's been so long since we've had a little lawn update.
Lawn's looking good. For winter lawn, it's looking really green and lush. But it is just a time of the year where the type of grass I have, I need to do my head in because of the light reflecting, it likes sun, and because obviously we're not getting sun, it's winter time here. Yeah, it's not loving it too much. And then I'm getting winter grass, so I'm out there like a psychopath, like squinting to kind of pick out the winter grass that isn't the tough grass, and then literally going on my hands and knees and ripping it out of the ground.
OCD.
Oh yeah, and it's a losing battle. Like, you've seen my backyard; it's quite big.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm literally like looking around for weeds and things like that and pulling it out by hand, just so I can't let it get a foothold. Is what I'm saying, Vinny. I can't. I know I'm gonna lose. But I want to lose trying as opposed to just fully giving in.
Yeah, it's called losing gracefully.
Yeah. I don't like to win gracefully, but I'll lose gracefully.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Yep.
But what about you? What's your first word problems? What are you dealing with?
Oh, yeah.
Are you potty training yourself or?
No. That was done a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I went to the dentist this morning. 6-month checkup, routine. Last few years, I mean, like, I think ever since I started going to the dentist regularly, they're like, yep, all good, clean. Like, it's just not a big clean. This time, like, you have a cavity. I was like, oh no. I was like, how's your sugar intake? I'm like, it's okay. I don't really drink. I don't really eat too much. Like, how's your wine? I was like, wine and alcohol. I'm like, that's gone up a little bit along with the sugar. I'm like, that's probably it. But this is my first cavity in 34 years. The decline, it's a steady decline from here, is what I've heard.
Well, I'll tell you this. I've got two feelings. I had nothing up until maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I did have a feeling when I was a kid, but that came out when my tooth came out, right? So, it's not currently there. I'll give you this. The process of getting a feeling done is far better today than it was 10, 15 years ago.
Okay.
They don't do the whole, like... I remember it was like this dark colour thing they put in there. Now it's like a clear... Nearly like this liquid that they push in there and it kind of hardens.
It's like a resin.
Yeah, and it definitely doesn't hurt. Again, when I did have one as a kid, I felt like it hurt. But it definitely doesn't hurt in my mind the way that it did when I was a kid. I'm like, oh, this actually isn't too bad. It's really loud and because you can hear them drilling in your mouth. But that's part of getting older, mate. Like, it's funny you say that. I went and got my teeth cleaned last week. And this was at a new dentist because I changed health insurance providers and it was just like this, this is our recommended one. So I went there. And same thing, I had to do all the x-rays because it was a new dentist. So get all the x-rays done. Everything's always been pretty good, right? Like I said, two feelings, but overall...
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, the results were good as well. Like, my teeth are fine. The only thing she mentioned, which I'm like, not a big fan of, and I don't know if you're mentioning this as like a really precautionary thing, or you're just doing your job, because no one else has ever suggested this or have said that this is a thing that's going on in my mouth, right? So, I've got my bottom two wisdom teeth out.
Yeah.
Top two never came out, right? That's fine. She said they're not going to come out, they're fine. But because I don't have my top ones and my bottom ones are out, when you obviously close your mouth, your teeth are kind of like compressed, right? So they've got something to push on. Now, because I don't have top teeth, she's like, the bottom ones have grown like over or higher than the rest of your mouth. So she said, like, the risk there is like, because they're slightly higher than the rest of your teeth, you can get like stuff in it and you'll always have to clean it and whatever. And she's like, you might want to think about getting and take it out, the bottom ones. And I kind of walked away going, is that like a direction? It's like when I talk to the lawyers at my work when they're like, look, we suggest this. And I'm like, look, you're a lawyer. Are you suggesting this because it's legally true? Yeah. Or is this just like, I'm a lawyer and this is what I suggest? And I feel very much in the same boat here. I'm like, is this like it's my job to tell you?
Should I get him out? Are you just like
spreading awareness
for wisdom teeth?
Yeah, is this a directive or is this kind of like guidance?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I still don't know. And I don't think I'm going to ask because I'm like, they're fine. I'm not getting my wisdom teeth taken out at 32.
Why not? Use a couple weeks off work. For like 3 days.
Look, I'm a big baby when it comes to like that type of stuff. Surgeries, anything like I've been touch wood, haven't had to have like a put me under type thing, but I don't think I would be like knock me out. I don't want to be sitting there with my mouth open and you're drilling and pulling 2 teeth out that are like nothing wrong with them. They're perfectly good teeth. You're going to break my jaw. Like, no. I mean, either knock me out or I'd have to be at a point where it's causing me significant pain before I do it. So
that's fair. I mean, I've had my wisdom teeth out and I've had my jaw broken twice. So it's been rough over this side. I blew up like Margin Boo at one point. I just had this massive it was like the crimson chin, except it was so round, it was all yellow bruising. But
no.
It was bad. But that was one of my existential crises. The second one was I am overdue for a license photo.
You mentioned this, yes.
Yeah. So I finally went to Vic Roads or the DMV for anyone, Department of Motor Vehicles for anyone else, to try and get a new photo. So it's like, okay. And I paid. I paid back in February. I was wondering for a couple months why I haven't gotten this new license. It's because I need a new photo. They're not going to give me one until I take a new photo. So I go there and I'm like, here for a new photo. It's like, all our systems are down. Have you paid? I'm like, yes, I paid. It's like, cool. Can you get the receipt out? I'm like, I can't get the receipt out. Your system is down.
Yeah.
I was like, well, we can't take your photo without a receipt. I was
Did
like,
you not get
can
like
you
a
check?
Bank thing?
I was like, I had a bank statement.
Yeah. And
I was like, here's my banks. And
Yeah.
they're like, no, that could be anything. I'm like, it literally says your registration. It says Vic Roads on this thing.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but that could be fabricated. I'm like, but I can't get one. You can't check it. Can I just get the photo? Because if I got my photo anywhere else, they would be asking me for a payment.
Yeah.
Like, no, sorry. I'm like, I haven't been so angry at a stranger for no reason. And it's like, the thing about that was just like, she was just a fucking bitch, man, the way she was telling everyone.
It's those places, though. It's always like the Vic Roads or the Medicare.
It brings out the anger in you.
Yeah. Because they're angry. They don't want to be there. You don't want to be there. So it just...
Oh my God, I was furious. I was just... It actually... Like, I've never been... Like, I got angry about this. I barely get angry about anything. You know what I mean? Like, But I was, like, infuriated.
Yeah,
That's
interesting.
I was like, you motherfucker. And then Sam called, and I just, like, had a bit of a spiel. I was like, this motherfucker over here just saying this, and this. I'm like, I can't do it. They can't do it. It's like... You know what? It was unreasonable.
Yeah.
The answer she gave me was unreasonable, and I was unreasonably angry for that reason.
Why couldn't they just take the photo, do nothing
That's what
with it? Like,
Yes.
If you check it and it's like, oh, dude, he hasn't paid, delete the photo. But at
Yeah.
least you have it. And then when the system comes on, you have my details, verify that it was there, and then do the thing you're there to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I haven't had that experience before, personally, where I've gotten angry. Fortunately. I mean, I don't know how
You've gotten angry over so many things.
Me,
So
I get
little
angry
things.
over everything. But in that specific
Yeah.
scenario, I haven't had that where I've had like poor service or anything like that. Yeah.
It just did my head in. And then I've just been getting quotes from renovated my house. Like, I've been getting quotes for different things, frame materials, treatments, knocking down walls, plumbers, electrical, again, air conditioning rebates, solar rebates, all that jazz. So I've been doing everything under the sun. But yeah, that's my life. That's what I've been up to.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Adulting is adulting, right? Like, it's just...
Yep.
Doesn't stop. We just had like our what was it? Land tax, our quarterly, I don't know, tax for, I don't know what it's called. What are they called? We're gonna pay the government back
Rates?
your rates. So we had the rates for this place and the other thing, and the land tax. We had our health insurance come out, and I had my rego due all within like a week and a half.
Yep. Ridiculous.
Cool. There's
I hate
thousands of dollars gone.
Yep. All that savings.
Yep.
No longer saved.
No
Spent.
longer saved. And yeah. Yep, man. That's life. You make money. You lose money. You spend money. I've got to be real. I haven't told Naomi this, but I've been like I've been good because I'm planning ahead. But I sent you probably screenshots of this. I'm like, I've literally pre-ordered. There is about 12 pre-orders I've got for games coming out between now and February. And I'm like, am I going to buy and play all these things? And I'm like, buying them, yes. There's a lot to play.
It's a lot to play, but that's a pretty good segue to what we've been playing.
That was the plan, Vinny. Let's talk about what we have been playing. Maybe I will start, given I've got the unique game here on the list, and then we'll lead into 007. Sure. I've been playing Mina the Hollower, the newest game from Yacht Club Games. The studio that brought us Shovel Knight, one of my favorite games ever. This game has been in development for a very, very long time. It was actually originally planned to be like a smaller spin-off. The team were actively working on like a Shovel Knight 3D, and this was like a little side project that I believe one of their, not interns, but like a lower rung person at Yacht Club kind of came up with this concept, and then it just snowballed and became this big full-on game. Mina the Hollower is kind of like a isometrically viewed Game Boy Color style from a very bird's eye view. Game Boy Color style, Legend of Zelda-esque type of game. But really it isn't. It's really like a fully fledged open world game that has like, some trappings of like a Souls game in terms of like, you've got this currency that you collect from defeating enemies and bones. And, you lose to an enemy. You need to like kind of kill that same enemy to get those bones back. And then there's all, systems on top of that. But Mina the Hollower is something I've been wanting to play for a very long time because I am such a big fan of Yacht Club games. And I must say, it's currently my game of the year, which is ridiculous to think about so far. Yeah. But I've spent 7 hours with the game. The game's broken up into, like I said, you've got this open world map, and there is these 6 towers, I guess, that you're, as Mina, trying to repair. So you're kind of got, you crash land on this island. There's this blight that's taken over the world. And then Mina in the past had set up this kind of 6 beacons across the continent that kind of kept the evil at bay. And something's happened and those things have all gotten damaged and you've gone there to fix it. That's kind of the concept behind the game. But very similar to Shovel Knight, Yacht Club's ability to kind of weave in really interesting characters, really like sad stories and lore and like all these different elements are all wrapped into what would look like I said, a Game Boy Color game. Like there is this one side mission where you've got this character whose partner or wife's passed away, and the mission ends with you like literally closing a coffin on top of this guy who's choosing to like stay with his wife, who's obviously passed.
That's so sad.
So sad, but it's like wrapped in this whole like pixelated thing where it's like it doesn't really give off that vibe. But the game's got a whole bunch of weird stuff like that. There's this enemy, there's like a bunch of meat that steals your bones because he's trying to become like a person. And then you literally like beat the crap out of him and turn him into like a piece of meat again. Like it's just all these weird little side stories and things like that. Very Yacht Club-esque. And yeah, like I said, I'm about 7 hours through the game. I'm on the 5th. Yeah, the 5th tower. And yeah, the game just continues to impress me. It's one of those things where I find myself thinking about the game when I'm not playing it, because unlike a lot of the games I like and play, I am very much a narrative mixed with gameplay type of person. And it's very rarely where the things flip and it hooks me. And Shovel Knight, like obviously it's not a narrative driven game, and Mina in the same way, where it's like it's very much reliant. I mean, it does have a really cool concept of a story and really cool tone, really cool characters, but it's the gameplay loop that really keeps me engaged. But I don't know if you've seen too much about Mina, or if you had any interest in playing it.
I've actually bought it on the Switch too.
Ah, beautiful.
So been looking to play it. I've heard nothing but good things. I'm very interested. I do like the fact that it's Game Boy Color. So I've been trying to think about it as to why I'm kind of enjoying games, like that little bit of retroness to it is helpful, because I feel like when I tried to play Well, when I played Pokemon Silver, I knew what I was doing, so I was skipping a lot of text. But there
Yeah.
is some good stories in there.
Yeah.
And like I need to actually slow down and embrace that kind of game for that story because that's what that's their dynamic, you know. And I think about in Persona when I used to play Persona and playing games where it's the text is so important and the subtext is important and going around talking to different characters is very important. And as opposed to playing a game like the one that we're going to talk about next, it's chalk and cheese, you know.
Yeah, yeah, and sometimes chalk and cheese go not necessarily well together, but like separately they're fine, right? And
Yeah,
like the main kind of gameplay loop with Mina is the fact that she's a hollower, so she can kind of like dive down into the world. So there's like navigational, traversal, puzzle elements to it, but it's also used in combat. It's your dodge and your roll.
oh, it's cool.
So instead of like having an active dodge and roll, you kind of bury under the ground to dodge attacks. And the game's really expansive. Like I said, there's different weapons you can select from. The beginning of the game, you pick one of 3 weapons, and then there's another 2, I believe, you can unlock throughout the journey.
What did you pick?
I chose the whip, which is probably the cannon weapon. The game begins with
all their artworks.
yeah, the game begins with the whip, the hammer, and dual swords, like kind of knives. The hammer's obviously stronger, but heavier and slower. You got to charge it, and you can actually, funny enough, dodge while you have the weapon charged. The daggers are, less damage, shorter range, but quicker kind of hits. And then the whip's kind of your catch-all, be-all type weapon. So I went with the whip. And yeah, it's got a real robust kind of trinket system. So there's like these different enhancements that you can unlock and equip onto Mina at a certain point in time. There's a real robust accessibility function as well, which I am devastated, not in the sense that they're there. There is like different accessibility things you can put on to make the game easier and harder. And at the very beginning of the game, I didn't realize this, that one of the things I wanted was like to fast travel back to the main like city, as opposed to always traversing back after I finished.
Yeah.
And it's really just from a time saving perspective. But what I didn't realize is using those functions actually disables the trophies in the game. And I didn't realize until I was like a few hours in, I'm like, why have I not earned any trophies? And I Googled it, and it's like, if you turn on any of the accessibility functions, it just disables trophies completely, which is a little annoying. I mean, it's meaningless, but it's just like, now I'm stuck at 2% trophies on a game I love.
Yeah, you're a trophy.
Yeah.
Trophy fiend.
Yeah, but the game's really good. It's kind of gives the impression of like a real old school game, and it is to some degree, but it's really modernized and fresh. And yeah, like I said, I'm hooked. Like I'm playing this with 007, and I'm kind of playing them in tandem. But Mina's like, if I had to pick one to go to first, it's Mina. Yeah, it's just really engaging. I don't know if I like, it's hard to compare the games because they're very different, but it's just like I'm hooked on it. I want to play it. I like the actual. Where with 007, I like playing it, but it's like it's the experience of playing it. Where Mina's like the actual act of playing it. I just feel really engaged in like everything I do. So yeah, if you haven't picked it up, Mina the Hollow, I think it's just Yacht Club's announced it's just sold through 500,000 units, which is good. I think it's a $20 game. I think I don't know, $34, $35 Australian. I can't remember exactly what I paid for it. So yeah, check it out if you haven't already. Good game, great game. I'd
love to see a game like that. Oh, sorry, one last thing. I'd love to see a game like that if they, because I know certain companies, they do port games to old systems. How cool would it be to see Mina the Hollow as a Game Boy Color game on the Game Boy Color?
Yeah, it definitely wouldn't run on it.
No, I doubt it, but
no,
it would just be cool to see.
Yeah. It's like we'll talk about later with Cuphead, Mighty Cuphead. I think that was specifically designed for Master System, and it's actually, I think they're releasing a Master System.
Yeah, they're releasing.
Yeah. So we can talk about that at a later point. But 007 First Light, Vinny, we've both been playing this. I'll kick it over to you first. Let me know what your thoughts and feelings are.
Yeah, okay. So I think I've just completed the first mission. So I've done the whole Malta stuff, going through it. I'm enjoying it. It plays like Uncharted and Hitman, so we thought it would play it like. Mm-hmm. It's very narrative driven. It's very much that Sony cinematic experience when it comes to the gameplay, even though it's not exactly a Sony exclusive game. But I'm noticing the tropes of just snugging through the wall is like the God of War like load screen thing coming through.
Triple A squeeze, they call it.
Yeah, the AAA squeeze is very, very real. Yeah, yeah, like little tropes with other AAA games, which I don't know if I'm like fatiguing with it or if just like I'm just looking for some kind of change. But
What are
overall just the walking simulator parts, you know,
walk and talk. Yeah.
the walk and talks. I just can't. I'm just not a big fan of it. I understand it's exposition and it's supposed to be there in game, and I understand that I'm playing a game that is such a heavy narrative that it needs it. So, especially with 007, like this is supposed to be his origin story of how he becomes a 00 and why there's only him and no one else in it. 00 segment. Yeah, some stuff it just kind of it loses me in it, but the other side is very yeah. It pulls me out of this experience by it being a movie, which is kind of me almost being like, I should be paying attention, but I'm also so disengaged from it being a game.
Yeah, I will give you this, that I'm about 7 hours into the game. The earlier parts that you're describing, like the introduction, the Malta section, and then I think the nightclub. Have you done the
nightclub?
Yeah. Which is very early on in the game, so it's not a spoiler. It's just to say that there is a lot of like exposition in the beginning of the game, and it does open up where the segments become more gameplay driven, and you kind of just return back to mana for like the next mission type thing.
All right.
Where the beginning of the game is very much a lot of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm about 7 hours in, and obviously this is developed by IO, the Hitman team, and it is very much an Hitman cross Uncharted. It's like not fully an Uncharted game, but not fully a Hitman game where there's stealth, there's gadgets, there's like diversity and approach to a mission, but it's definitely not on the level of like a Hitman where it's like truly open. But then it's not as tropey and like linear as like an Uncharted game where it's like very scripted. And it's not as... This is not a negative in any way, so hopefully it doesn't come across that way. It's like definitely not as like AAA as like an Uncharted as well. Like it doesn't look like an Uncharted from a graphical perspective, but it's not the...
I mean, but it looks pretty good.
Oh, it looks great. It looks great, but it just doesn't have like... In Uncharted, it's like every NPC you walk around is like fully animated and like looks great. I'm like, oh, I've seen that similar face on this character a few times in this one area and things like that. But yeah, I really do like this game as well. I mean, 2026 is an absolute banger. Going in from Pragmata into Saros into this and Mina, it's just like, man, if anyone's whinging that there's no good games to play, I'm like, well, I think that's a you problem. Exactly. But I really like it. I think it's really a really good first like game in a series where there's like room for improvement. Like some of the pacing that you mentioned earlier, the driving segments, anything that like requires me to drive a car, I'm not a big fan of.
Oh, okay.
The shooting as well isn't as tight as an Uncharted. Like it's actually very easy to headshot people in this game.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I noticed that as I did the mission where you're catching the plane.
Yeah.
And I was just like. I'm
not this good at this.
I'm like, I'm not this good at headshots. Like, there is some aim assist involved. I did like the montage part of the.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah,
I really thought that part was like it kept me really engaged. It was like it went through the months and like each different sequence was probably like 2 to 3 minutes of a certain segment of the gameplay, which was stealth, like traversing, like the car chase and then the shooting. And I thought, and they were just like interjecting it a little bit like one after the other. I thought it was very well done.
Yeah. Did you notice a lot of like Uncharted isms? Like,
100%.
Like to the letter.
I'm playing Uncharted 5.
Yeah, in the sense of like the game begins where very similar to like Uncharted 4 begins, where it's like he wakes up on the beach. Oh, sorry, Uncharted 2 on the train and all, where it's like, oh my god, what's going on? And then it kind of like goes back and then explains it a bit more, or even it's very Uncharted 3 coded. I'm a bit further in the game than you, but there's a whole boat graveyard section, which is like Uncharted 3 has that exact same thing. Like you're not doing the whole like jumping in and out of the water like you did in Uncharted 3, but you're in like a boat graveyard where you're surrounded by boats, except you're in a desert as opposed to a water area.
Yeah.
But even the Uncharted 3 kind of fall from the aeroplane moment. Like,
Yeah, that was the one I just did.
yeah, I'm like, man, this is Uncharted 3, right? Like, I'm not complaining. It's so good to play a game like this again. So, I mean, kudos to Hitman, to IO. I think they've just announced that they've sold 2 million copies, which is pretty good for how, it's a known IP, but a new kind of, game. So I think the game's selling quite well as well, which is good to hear.
Yeah, and they announced more like future DLC to come kind of thing as well for that game.
Yeah.
Like additional missions. So, yeah, I mean, the game's successful. Means that. And we kind of knew that it was going to be set up for a franchise just by the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this game will land
happy to hear it's doing well.
My top... I'm hoping it'll still be my top 5 by the end of the year. It might be my top 10, just in terms of how many great games they are to play.
Yeah, I think this game is a game I won't trade in. That makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. You need to get to Metal Gear Solid 3, mate. You got to play it. I checked your trophies. Dude, you started it. What happened?
I am so bad at stealth games, and even in this game as well. I'm so bad. I end up just blowing cover and then just start going to fisticuffs with people. So I'm just not good at stealth games.
Come on, mate. You got to experience it. You got to do it. All right, let's move on because we've got a lot to cover, a lot to talk about.
Yes.
Last week was Video Game Christmas. What was previously known as E3, which was the Electronic Entertainment Expo?
Yep.
Which has been gone for a few years now. It's been replaced by kind of this Summer Games Fest that Jeff Keighley runs, and it's usually coupled together by a Sony State of Play, an Xbox Showcase, Jeff's show, and then a Nintendo Direct. So we're going to kind of go through all of them. We're not going to talk about everything that was announced there because this would be a 10.5-hour podcast. But instead, we're going to go through each show, talk about our overall thoughts, maybe put a letter grade, anything that's really we want to talk about, but then specifically kind of calling out a few of the key announcements from each show and spending a bit of time talking about those things. So let's start. We'll go in order in terms of when they all kind of went out. So starting off with the State of Play, which was on the 3rd of June. Vinny, over an hour long, 20 minutes of uncut gameplay of the new God of War, kicking off with Wolverine. Talk to me. How did you feel about, there was some expectation going into the show. The Sony made announced the State of Play 2 weeks before, which they usually don't do.
They sold out some cinemas. They
had their cinemas. They had media and press kind of covering it as well. Talk to me about your, I guess, hype level leading in, and then your overall thoughts on the show and a letter grade.
Yeah, see, this is where I feel like I was a victim to the hype versus the reality of it all. So I thought I'm like, okay, I'm going to see something big. I'm going to see some huge new IP or some huge game that I guess that they have that is getting remade or a sequel, which I guess we did get, which was the God of War. Mm-hmm. But I think on the bookend side, very good. Start and finish of the expo, 2 very big heavy hitters. But I think the middle for me was just not great. Mm-hmm. I didn't see it. And, games are subjective.
Yep.
There's something for everybody. Someone is going to like Ace Combat. Someone's going to like, what's it called? Rayman Return. I will. Someone's going to like Stuntman Hollywood.
Yeah.
But for me, this game, this State of Play, if I had to give it a rating, I'd probably give it maybe like a C to a B. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Probably like a C plus.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult because the big announcement was leaked, right? In this Faye-led God of War. So I do wonder if that wasn't the case and we went in not knowing what we were going to get, and this was like the big new thing they announced. What my thoughts would be then. But for me, I think when I look at the lineup, and I agree, like even when we talk the Jeff show and the Xbox show and the Direct to some degree, it's like it really does come down to your taste in games and how many of what was shown is appealing to you. And so when I kind of rate these shows, I kind of look at it from that lens of, all right, they showed 20 games. Of that 20, how many appeal to me? what's the pacing in which the show was done. You know, do they spend too much time on one thing and not on another? The pacing, the quality of the announcements, how many of the announcements were new announcements versus like kind of, reshowings of a game that we've seen elsewhere. How much of it was gameplay versus CGI. So these are all the things I kind of do in my head when I think about these things. And this show had a lot of answers to questions in terms of like we saw games and got release dates for some of the bigger games of the year.
That's its positive.
That was a positive. The games that were there were mostly appealing to me. I think there were 9 games shown from this showcase that I was like buying and playing, which is really good. Like I had these written down, but in no particular order. But Control, Phantom Blade Zero, Wolverine, Marvel Tokon, Until Dawn 2, No Rest for the Wicked, Onimusha, Tomb Raider, and God of War. All games that I've pre-ordered and buying and playing.
Wow. Damn.
So for me, this was a very Josh-leaning state of play. And I think I landed at a B+. I think it'd be a B+ definitely if I didn't know God of War was there. And that was like the big wow.
Yeah, the hype factor was taken away.
Yeah, so I think a B... B to B plus is where I probably ultimately landed on. I thought there was some really cool announcements, release dates for a lot of games that I'm looking forward to. But yeah, Vinny, maybe we just jump in now and talk about some of the announcements that really stood out.
Yeah, okay. I had a couple of unique ones I'll start off. Rayman Legends Retold.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of the best. So I played the original Rayman Origins, Rayman Legends back when they were on the 360 era.
Yeah, I think it was Wii U, PS3, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic games. Like some of the best platformers I think I've personally ever played. Just a whole lot of fun. And for it to get a remake is phenomenal. And I actually saw the little, the you can't touch this thing that they added in the Nintendo showcase later, which was quite fun. But yeah, this game looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, very colorful, very entertaining, a really solid platformer. Like
just looking at the gameplay now.
Yeah, it looks really good. Yeah, but I guess I'll go to the next one because I think this one you're also talking about ordering, and then we'll jump to your two. But Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
It's so weird that two of the games I'm hyped with are remakes. So it's
yeah.
Yeah, but this is obviously a remake of the very first Tomb Raider. And it's got Atlantis. Big fan of Atlantis. Anything Atlantis, sign me up.
Anything under the ocean, I'm there.
Oh my god, I have such a weird obsession with one day finding Atlantis, even though I hate the water. But this game looks fantastic, and this is another, I guess, Uncharted-esque game. It's Uncharted before Uncharted. It's Tomb Raider. Lara Croft, the game looks so beautiful. It's back to the classic. I mean, we had the Square Enix Tomb Raiders for a while. This is back to the OG style of Lara Croft. Very linear storytelling, puzzles. Love a good puzzle.
Yep, she's flipping and diving. There's dinosaurs.
She's flipping and diving. Yeah, exactly. She's just fucking shit up. In the iconic, booty shorts and blue
green
tank top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Teal, is it? Or aqua?
Yeah, a bit of a gooner. Yeah.
Bit of a gooner.
Yeah.
God, no, never.
Yeah. Now this looks great. I think Crystal Dynamics and Flying Wild Hogs are developing this one, and there's also the new Tomb Raider game in development as well. So it's a very much a return to kind of the old style. Yet again, another reboot of Lara Croft and Tomb Raider, but because I think it's like this kind of very similar to like what Capcom's done. It's like they've remade old games, made some changes, and then like the new games kind of tie into the remakes as opposed to the original. But yeah, this is one of the games I've pre-ordered as well. I think it comes out February next year. So yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I quite enjoyed the past Tomb Raider games. They probably took themselves a little too seriously. It was like really gritty, as opposed to like Uncharted, which is a little more lighthearted.
Yeah, with Shadow and Rise.
Shadow and Rise, yep. And And yeah, I think this is like a return to form. She kind of looks more like the older style Lara Croft. So I'll be picking this one up as well.
Yeah, it made me be like, oh, do I want to buy the Tomb Raiders 1 to 6 collection, the OG games? The
I think
remasters?
I've got 1, 2, and 3 on PS1. I've got the collection on PS2, and then there was the remakes for PS2. Pretty sure there was
there was a
Tomb Raider collection.
There's a Tomb Raider collection that are out now. I think they're on current gens.
Ah, okay. Yeah, yes. And they're the ones that kind of like make it look modern but still look really retro at the same time. I forget the studio that does it. I think it starts with an A.
Aspire.
There you go.
And
Somewhere in there, Vinny.
Yeah, so it's Aspire and Crystal Dynamics.
Yeah.
It's available on Switch, PS4, and PS5 for the 1, 2, and 3s, and I think there's 4, 5, and 6 as well.
Yeah. Can you Google, was there a PS2 remake? Legends or something? Am I making that up? I think I can picture that game on my shelf. Tomb Raider Legends, I think it was called.
All right, let's see this. Tomb Raider Legends.
This is great podcasting.
Tomb Raider Legends playthrough PS1. Tomb Raider Legends full game. I can't even. Let's figure this out. Is it a remake?
Let's jump into the next game.
It's a 7th main entry. No, I'll describe it as a reimagining of the series.
Okay, maybe.
But that's it.
Yeah, I thought there was a. This is again great podcasting. Remake PS2. Sorry for the clacking. Tomb Raider Anniversary. That's what I'm looking at. Tomb Raider Anniversary, released on June 20th. Developed by.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
It's a direct sequel to the last. Anyway, whatever. That's Angel of Darkness. I think I'm getting myself mixed up. But there was, I swear, a collection or some sort of remake of one of the games on PS2. But anyway, that doesn't really matter. All right, Wolverine. The next one we both had on our list. Insomniac Games releasing in September. There's about 1 million great games coming in September. I think there's...
Yeah, everyone's dodging November.
Yeah, there's 4 games I think I'm picking up in September. Ridiculous.
Yeah, goddamn.
But,
no RPGs?
I'll bring up the list, but I can't remember exactly what else is coming in September. But even August is like Marvel Token, it's Metal Gear Solid, it's Beast of Reincarnation, and something else. And then September is just chaotic. But yeah, Wolverine, developed by Insomniac, coming out in September. Obviously the team that brought you Ratchet and Clank and the Spider-Man games. This looked really good. I was glad, so glad to see that this is linear and not a open world superhero game, because I just feel like we've got so many of those. So I'm totally down for like a 10 to 15 hour Wolverine game. But Vinny, what were your thoughts?
I am keen for this game. Like, my brother-in-law messaged me being like, he's down, he's got it ready. I think the game leans more to a Batman style game than a Spider-Man style game, if that makes sense. But he's aggressive. Yeah. But he's brutal.
Bloody,
like,
right?
I think everyone was worried about it being like an M-rated game, but no, there is some blood and guts in this game.
It's more like bloody than God of War, which is wild.
Yeah, I mean, you think about the way adamantium claws coming through, sort of bam, ripping someone apart. What do you expect?
You couldn't do it any other way, essentially.
No, it had to be bloody.
Yeah.
The game looks great. Visually amazing. I do like the fact that they've introduced, I guess, maybe other heroes either playing side by side or maybe potentially playing as them. But I think it's just going to stick with Wolverine. I think that's the best way to play it.
Yeah.
Just have side characters being side characters.
Yeah.
I love that the game actually isn't given too much away in terms of the story as well. We just been like,
besides, it got leaked.
Yeah. But I try and stay in the dark out of all
I
that
haven't
stuff.
seen any of it. Yeah.
But it looks good. Looks cool. I hope it's better than Spider-Man 2. That's what I hope.
Yeah, I've got this. I've just got this feeling in my gut, because the game's obviously gone through a bit of a development. It was announced alongside Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, it was actually.
And was planned to come out a long time ago, lost directors, and a lot's happened. Everything looks really good. And maybe this is just one of those examples very similar to like, I don't know, Uncharted 4, where it had like a development hell, but they pulled it together and it came out being really good. And I think it will be. I think it will be a great game. It's just one of those things where it's, and we can talk about this on a different show, this show, but on a different episode, around like, I'm really not a first party person anymore. Like, they're comfort food to me and I look forward to playing them. But I don't, like, when I think about what I'm excited to play this year, it's like, not them, even though I'll be there day one. And I think Wolverine looks great. It plays great. I just feel like I know what I'm getting myself into. So, yeah, I mean, I'll be there in September, day one. The other game on there, obviously the big one, is God of War, Le Fay.
Yeah.
Making sure I'm pronouncing that right. And this is the new God of War game. Not a spin-off, a full-on God of War game from Santa Monica. No release date. Expected to be out before 2028. Apparently, it will be next year, most likely, according to all the leaks. It stars Kratos' wife, Faye, as she enters like the afterlife of the gods. And I mean, from what I saw, I liked to some degree. There was some things I'm like, oh no, like let's not get too goofy with it, with the whole gelatinous cube and the sword, not so much, but the cube played by Jack Quaid. And I like the idea though. I love the idea of like she's in this world. There's like other gods of war. Like the two characters you kind of see in the trailer is the Egyptian god of war and the god of war of another mythology that I can't think of at the moment. But the idea of like she's facing other gods of war. And the concept that, because this is like the afterlife, like you may run into Zeus here and on the Greek pantheon as well. Which I think they'd be silly not to do it. Have kind of, you know, you can kind of have this thing where it's like
to the OGs.
Yeah, they like, you know, Faye thinks she knows Kratos, doesn't quite know his history, and comes across Zeus and all that, and they kind of like, do you really know who Kratos is? And it's kind of this thing where maybe she doubts him for a bit. Like, I think that's really cool. And I like the idea that this is happening at the same time as the original 2018 and Ragnarok. So yeah, I'm going to keep an eye out on it. Santa Monica don't typically miss. So yeah, any thoughts, sure. God of War? You want to move on?
No, it looks pretty good. I like the pacing of the combat. I think it's it's way faster than what God of War is.
There's a jump
at
button.
Least the 2018 plus God of War.
Yeah.
But you know, the OG like God of War 1, 2, and 3, like throwing around those Spartans.
Dedicated jump button. And I've seen this like weird rumor where it's like, is the sword Excalibur? Because apparently La Fay, or that name across different mythologies, means different things, and it's like, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
That'd be cool.
Who knows?
Yeah. So definitely want that one. I'm excited for, because I do like the God of War games. But if there's nothing else there, I think we can move on to Summer Games Fest.
Yeah, for sure.
Alrighty, Summer Games Fest. This was on the 6th of June. Vinny, what did you think? Overall thoughts, letter grading.
Oof. This one I thought hit pretty hard. I thought this one was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of stuff in there. A lot of stuff that was very, Vinny coded. I only named a couple in here, but
yeah,
I think this one's at least a B plus. I actually thought the execution of the actual Summer Games Fest was probably the best out of all three presentations.
The live stage show, which also helps.
Yeah, live stage show also helps, but just the setup and like the amount of pacing they had, I think the pacing was right on which certain games they were doing. You know, expanded on certain ones that they seemed needed to be expanded on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this one's at least I think it gives this one a B, at least for sure.
Yeah.
What do you think?
For me, I think if I'm landing on a B plus for the state of play, maybe I'm just a very light grader, but I think this is probably an A minus.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I would say negative about it was like the middle section and some pacing, but this is one of those things with
what it ended on as well.
Yeah, with Jeff's show, it's like, I mean, he has to pay for this thing. Like, this is a big performance stage show, people invited. Like, he's going to have, you know, just paid ads and things like that. So you kind of go in, it's like, yeah, I'm going to see Fortnite. I'm going to see like this, you know, random mobile game that I don't really care about. But
Yeah.
in terms of the list of games, this one had the biggest list that I had written down, so I couldn't give it any less than an A-. So, let's jump in. I might quickly rattle off the ones that I've got on my list that aren't ones that you've got, and then we can talk about the ones that we have together.
Yeah, for sure.
We got the announcement of the sequel to Stellar Blade, Blood Drain, starring Eve V as opposed to Eve. This is a sequel to Stellar Blade.
Who's the Guna now?
Looks pretty good. Melee focus. She has like these gauntlets as opposed to like the sword, and I really like Stellar Blade. For obvious reasons. No, I think Stellar Blade was like a really cool action game that was like not quite a Souls game, but not quite not, and it was a bit of Nier, bit of Bayonetta, but also a bit of like that Souls kind of like one-on-one parry dodge and roll gameplay. And this is like a very much an early announcement. I don't think we'll actually get this game.
Not for at least another 12 to 18 months.
8 maybe, like or announced for 27, delayed it to 28, like something like that. But they're a Korean studio, they'll probably move pretty quickly on it. But yeah, Stellar Blade. The other one that I had here, and this is another game I've got pre-ordered, is also coming out in September. I was trying to remember what else
Big
was
vampire
coming.
boy.
Blood of the Dawnwalker.
Yep.
Big fan of vampires. This is
vampires.
Yeah, this is Rebel Wolves. This is a lot of the studio team from CD Projekt Red, X Witcher 3. This is a new IP. You play as a vampire. Open world third person action RPG. Did you see the trailer for this by any chance?
Yeah.
Did you see the reveal? I don't know if it was part of the trailer, but like it was probably. I don't know. Did you watch the show or did you watch the trailer?
I didn't. I didn't watch the show like
fully.
I had it on kind of thing. Yeah.
So
Second monitor.
They had this weird. I don't know if this was actually part of the trailer that's on YouTube or it was like a separate video. They announced the Blood of Dawnwalker saga, and what it was is like the initial trailer they had showed a modern day thing, and this guy kind of coming into an apartment, and then this character sitting on a chair like kind of really hurt, and he's like asking the delivery guy to throw whatever he was getting delivered, and it turns out like it's a bag of blood, and he bites into it, and it's like this big reveal of this game leading into a modern day thing, right? And it's like, this isn't Blood of Dawnwalker, but this is like the saga, the world we're creating and where we're heading. And I was like, are you just like straight up spoiling where this game is heading? Because now I know going in that we're ending in a modern day thing, and that's like a huge reveal and something I don't necessarily want either. It's like very Castlevania Lords of Shadow, where it's like, now you're Dracula in modern day. I'm like, no. So I don't know if you saw that, but that was like the weirdest thing. Like they made a big song and dance about it. I think everyone online agreed. It was like, you've just like straight up spoiled where the game's heading. But besides that, the game looks great.
Yeah, it's not part of the trailer.
No, okay.
I wonder if that's just part of the world building. Like that's not going to be this. It's not going to be the end of this game, but it might be the next game. But who knows?
But why spoil that?
I know.
Yeah.
The game looks good. Like the game looks
definitely
great. Like third person open world action RPG. Like sign me up.
Yeah.
But there's too many games to play. I've really got to limit the amount of. I almost need like a dry year of games so I can actually catch up.
I'll navigate you through. I just need you to commit. Finish the games that I tell you to play, and you'll be better off for it.
Yeah, well, when I'm not building a house, I'll let you know.
Yeah, all right. Easy. What else do I have on here? Was there anything else I had that wasn't on your list? No, that was it. So let's kick in. Let's start with the one that's probably the quickest to talk about. It was a very brief announcement, but I thought a really cool reveal, and that was The Last Ronin. Paramount and Platinum Games being announced as a developer. I don't know if you remember, originally when the leaks, not even the leaks, the reveal of this game's existence happened, the studio that was pegged to do it was the Destroy All Humans team under Embracer Group. And everyone was like, ooh, like, this is not the team you want to approach to do this. So I'm so glad they are not doing that and instead have gone to a reputable studio in Platinum Games, who for a moment was looking pretty dire, but kind of looking pretty good now after Ninja Gaiden 4 from maybe not from a sales perspective, from a return to form perspective. So I'm excited to
quality of
see
the game.
to see Ninja Turtles return. And Last Ronin's a cool concept and story, so
I was
you would
gonna
have
say,
been pumped.
have you read the comic?
No, I know the general concept of what's going on. From a this is who's left, this is the world, but I don't know
Yeah.
the actual story that's there.
Yeah, so the whole idea of like because you don't know which turtle is left
Yeah,
until the
'cause
very
he's
end.
using
which is
all the
like,
weapons, right? Isn't that the idea? It's
exactly.
Like he's
Yeah, yeah. It's actually one of the coolest stories because you yourself are always just like, the fuck.
Who is it?
Oh no, I'm not gonna tell you.
No,
You're
no,
gonna find
no.
out.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, as the person reading it, I'd assume you'd be like, who
Yeah.
is it? Because it's like he's showing the personality traits of all four.
Yeah, person's wit, intelligence, like leadership, and just wrath.
Yeah.
It's I'm actually very keen for this game. I hope it's done well.
Yeah,
I hope
me
it
too.
has the platinum flair on it. It's got
You'd hope so.
it does have being platinum, but you know what I mean. I hope it doesn't have that first party kind of trope. I hope it has more of its.
No, I think it will be platinum coded. My only hope is that is it Paramount Studios that are help publishing can help lean.
Paramount.
I mean, Ninja Gaiden 4 had a serviceable story, but it was also nonsensible because it was like a Ninja Gaiden game and it never made sense anyway. So I hope they can kind of like translate the story really well.
Yeah. Well, you got a really good source material, which is the last Ronin comic.
Yeah, so I think the combination of that and hopefully some guidance will mean we get this. I don't think we see this game for a few years though. Yeah, I don't know how long Platinum's been attached to it. Maybe it's more in development than I thought, but I think that they would have showed more if it was at a point that they could show it. So we'll see. We'll see the last Ronin Ninja Turtles in a few years. Let's jump to the next one before we end with the big one. The Mighty Cuphead, Studio MDR's announcement. I mean, so well done in terms of the way it was shown was kind of like puppeteered and they essentially announced a new Cuphead game is in development, but then they said they had the side project, which
animation.
Is, this 8-bit Mighty Cuphead. What did you think?
Oh yeah, sign me up. I mean, Cuphead. I actually thought about the other day being before the reveal of this new one, where I just thought, I'm like, man, this game was huge. Probably one of the most unique gaming experiences I've had for just visually, and just the fact that it was such a challenge in a side-scrolling platformer. And I'm like, I could use another one. I could definitely use another one. And the fact that they're doing a Master System release as well, like Genesis. Yeah, Genesis release. I'm like, that is so cool. I like to have two, because they're doing the Mighty Cuphead's a side project and they're working on the new one.
On a sequel to Cuphead,
Yeah. I wonder how Mighty Cuphead's going to go. I wonder if it's going to be a similar concept. I wonder if it's going to be just a more condensed version. I wonder what the art style is going to be, considering it's going to be hand drawn.
I think it'll be the same. I think if anything, it'll be expanded. Because didn't the game originally begin as kind of these boss fights, and then they added in the kind of in between bits afterwards because some of the feedback was like, if this is just a boss rush. Remember that was the concern, was like it's just a boss rush. So I wonder if they're going to kind of expand it to be more of a platformer and keep the boss elements there, but expand that part of the game so it's a bit more robust.
Expand the world.
Yeah. I've played parts of Cuphead. I actually was thinking about going back. I think
Never beat it?
No, I hadn't. I think when I played it, I'm in a different mindset. I think Josh of 2000, like Cuphead's like 9 years old.
I know, which is wild.
Yeah.
And
I think Josh of then was like, I'm playing Uncharted and AAA story game. Or I'm a bit more open to... I've played it before. I liked what I played, but I think I'm a lot more open to that style of game now.
I'll tell you this now. When I was trying to beat Cuphead, it was the day before my flight to Canada. I stayed up all night trying to beat the very last boss. I ran out of time and I had to go catch my flight, and I could not finish that last boss. That entire 6-week trip overseas, all I thought about at night was being like, I gotta beat that fucking boss. I gotta beat that boss. The second I got home after that trip, I played that game. I beat it first try. I was like,
that happens, right? Because your brain, like, is learning even while you're not playing. So like each time you are actually getting better. Sometimes you just need to step away. It's like Saros. It was like, I need to step away from this boss. And the next day I'd like do it with my eyes closed. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. The big one.
The big one.
Final Fantasy Revelation was the show closer. It's funny they announced Tifa and Street Fighter, and then led with
they knew what they were doing.
They showed a lot of this game. It showed a lot of confidence. They didn't just have a trailer. They had Hamaguchi and Matthew Mercer, who's the voice of Vincent Valentine, on stage. I'm just like using the memory banks to try to remember everything that actually happened. To kind of talk through the world, the story, announce that this game's multi-platform, that it's coming summer next year, or was it summer or spring, which I think is going to mean it comes out in February or March, like very similar. Oh no, that's winter in the States. This might be a later of next year announcement.
Oh no, March is spring in the States.
Okay, so maybe around that time, which is I think Rebirth was February. But this got me off my seat, I'll tell you. What did you think?
Oh, the game looks good. The game looks fun. The only thing is that there's no short of mini games for this new one, which I thought was really funny considering the amount of mini games. And I actually got mini game fatigue in the last one. Yeah. But you know what? New game, no worries. I think visually looks just as good as the previous ones, not better. It looks epic. Yeah. Is the best way to describe it. Like just going from the gull wing and just dropping down. You can it looks like you can go anywhere.
Yeah, apparently you can jump off high wind and go straight to like anywhere and land. You got this is like Rebirth. It's funny, like I really enjoyed Rebirth, but Rebirth was like the calm before the storm, and then it like ends and like a lot of shit happens. Where this is where all the shit happens, right? This is like Black Materia. Yeah. This is all the big. I'm trying not to spoil anything. All the weapons, like this is all the big things that happen now with Final Fantasy VII, and it's a bit of an emotional, bittersweet moment when I saw this game announced, because it was like, I'm never gonna have ending. That. What is it? For the Final Fantasy VII games again. Like my journey with Final Fantasy VII is so connected to podcasting, because it was like one of the first things I spoke about when we started our original show was Final Fantasy VII Remake, and how I became a Final Fantasy fan because of that game, and then went back and played the first, and then 16 came out, and here we are 2026 and we're about to get the end of the trilogy. This trailer hit so hard. They brought the voice actor who I think plays the it was not the Geary. What are they called? Anyway, plays a character in Rebirth, but it was also the voice that did the original 2015 reveal trailer for Final Fantasy VII. Cool. That whole opening is like a throwback to that 2015 trailer, that E3 trailer. Which then I went back and watched the reveal of that, and had watched Easy Allies and a few others' reactions.
2015.
2015. That was the year we got. Shenmue 3 was announced. This was announced. That was a killer E3. I'll send you. It's a reaction video from Easy Allies. Like it was like these guys are like massive Final Fantasy VII fans, and it was just like it gives me goosebumps.
When they're on the like their little
there's like a table and they're around it.
Yeah. I've seen that one.
Yeah, that's such a like
popping off. That's iconic.
And like this is that moment. The only thing that got to me was like the recasting of Sephiroth.
Do we know why?
So the original voice actor, he's a real-time actor. He's the guy who plays Superman in the CW show or whatever it's called.
Okay.
So it's funny. Sephiroth is always voiced by an actor who's played Superman in one thing or another. That's the running joke, and it's been true every single time. So he was unable to come back. Wow. So it wasn't for any other reason than probably a scheduling thing. And Travis Willingham now is the voice of Sephiroth. And it was instantly like noticeable that his voice was different. I don't necessarily hate it, but it's just, from my OCD kind of brain, annoying. I like having the cohesiveness. I mean, thank God it wasn't Cloud or someone like that is being recast. But that was the only thing. And I mean, it's so out of their control. Like it was a scheduling thing, he couldn't do it. But besides that, the game looked awesome. Like the introduction of weapons and these big boss fights, the traversal, the high wind, being able to jump, gameplay of Vincent and Sid.
Yeah. Sid getting there too. Yeah, and Vincent too. Like,
Yeah.
I remember at the very end, like, 'cause that's just at the very end of the game where it's like he joined your party. And it's
Yeah.
like you just can't even use him. And you're
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
Same thing in Remake, right? Where you get Red 13 at the end. It's like, and then you use him in the next game. You're like,
Yeah,
They did
true.
the same thing. So yeah, a solid A-. I mean, perfect. Absolutely perfect. And they showed a lot too, and I'm excited. This is the one where I'm buying the big fancy collector's edition. I haven't bought a collector's edition of a game in a long
Since
time.
the Clear Obscure one?
Yes, that was the last one I purchased. And then from then, I don't even remember the time before that. This is the one where I'm getting... I will likely buy, if they do the big collector's edition, hopefully there's one that has all 3 games packaged. I'll buy that and keep that sealed. Hopefully it's on the 3 discs and make it look like the PS1, thing. And then I might even buy a copy just to play. So this is the one that I would do something very dorky for and
Okay, This is your like
take a day off type week off.
Oh yeah, I'll take the off for this.
Yeah. I mean, I took Wednesday off that week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Monday was our public holiday for all this. I do that every year. Always E3 season. It's like I'm not a father. I'm not a worker.
This is your Christmas.
I'm in my PlayStation 90 gown at 3 a.m. watching showcases. We should do it one year.
Amazing. Yeah.
When you're in
sure.
your house, because you probably don't want to be here with kids crying. I'll come, and we'll have a night, and we'll watch these things, and just watch
My
movies,
theater
play
room
games.
should be all set up.
Yeah. Sleep on the couch.
Perfect.
It'd be great.
Oh yeah. I plan to get a really good couch too.
Good. Needed. Yep. We need a new couch, but I'm like, kids vomiting, kids peeing.
Yeah. Dogs peeing.
This
dogs
is a
vomiting.
tie into the toilet training conversation we had an hour ago. All right, let's move on. Xbox Showcase, the 8th of June. Vinny, how did you feel going in? A lot of unanswered questions, a lot of questions being asked, a lot of what's going on in Xbox. I mean, nothing different that people haven't been asking about them for years at this point. But before we get on to even the reveals or some of the changes announced or some of the ripple effects of what's happened as a result on it, let's just focus on the showcase itself. What did you think?
Like,
Come
good.
on, Wayne.
Like, yeah, it was fucking good. Like, I thought this one was the best one personally. Just,
Okay.
I immediately retract my statement. I think this was the second best. I thought this was better than Sony's in terms of presentation.
Mm-hmm.
But I think obviously Summer Games Fest was Summer Games Fest. Also just the lineup they had was pretty good. Like a lot of, I mean, you hit me with you got me Persona and Spyro in the same
That's huge.
in the same one. I was like, these are very much Vinnie coded games. And then like the announcement of the transparent Xbox, which I thought was just really cool. Like that
really
controller looks sick as well, which is available separately.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, overall, I thought it was a pretty good showcase for the Xbox. What about you?
Yeah, me too. I think I'd give it a B, like probably alongside the state of play. There was definitely less games shown that I'm keen to play. I rattled off the 9 games in the Sony state of play. I think here Castlevania, we'll talk about that in a sec. Spyro, the Halo remake, and Fable. So four games on this
Solid
list.
ones. Yeah.
Obviously, Persona I've got a history of not quite jiving with. And then everything else that was kind of shown were games we knew about. And that's where I kind of go through that whole, balancing. I think this was a better showing in terms of the way things were shown than the Sony State of Play.
Yeah.
But there was more games in the Sony State of Play that appealed to me. So therefore, I think I enjoyed that show a little bit more. Particularly because, we knew E-Day's there. We know Halo's there. We know Fable's there. I don't see... I'm just looking at the list. There wasn't like the God of War thing was leaked, but that was a new announcement. This doesn't have a new Xbox Game Studio announcement. There's
Oh,
Senua.
Magicians, the Devil's Deal.
There were some
That
new
game looks-
third-party announcements, but not
Yeah,
first
yeah.
party. Senua's there. That was the new Hellblade game.
Yep.
That was announced. I mean, that's a first-party game, so I guess I was wrong. But there wasn't like, this isn't the show where E-Day was announced or the show that Halo was announced. Like, these are all very similar to the Sony show. It's like, all right, let's get some release dates going for games that we've had in the mix for a while. Let's clean the slate. So yeah, I think I enjoyed it on par. I think the Summer Games Fest is probably the strongest showing overall, and I think, funny enough, I think the State of Play and the Xbox Showcase were both B minus, kind of B.
Yeah.
Between B minus, B plus, B. Depending on the day you
Yeah.
ask me, I might feel slightly different.
Okay.
But yeah, in that B range. Let's just say B for both. But yeah, I think it was an overall good show. But this is the thing with the Xbox show was more like around what was happening with Xbox at the time, because there was a whole like logo gate thing around
Yeah.
them showing the logos and Matt Booty going out saying that they're going to show logos, and then Asher Sharma coming out and saying, oh, we're going to reevaluate that approach. And then we lead into the showcase, we start hearing rumors at a very last minute change that Gears E-Day was pulled from PlayStation and was turned into a console exclusive. And then we also got the announcement of Clockwork Revelation being a console exclusive for 2027. And this kind of snowballed into a conversation with Matt Booty on a podcast where he said, look, we're gonna do more of these. Then Asa Sharma immediately the next day coming out saying, like, we're going to start with these two, and if the business does better, we will consider doing more. So it kind of sends a different signal. But this has kind of opened up the can of worms now. Like, all the discourse online is around, like, is Xbox back? Are they returning to exclusives? What did this actually mean? I'm really interested to get your thoughts on this, Vinny, before we even go into games. What's your view on what is this? What is this move? Why was it done? What does it mean? Let's put look, there are a lot of Xbox pundits out there, but they've been wrong every step of the time.
Every time.
Right? And I mean, and it's on people to put their opinions out there, but then stand by those opinions. And when they're wrong, go, well, I was wrong. So like, let's do it and let's see where we land. Let's use our brains, our knowledge, our understanding of the industry, the past, the present. And let's put some predictions out there. What do you see when you see Gears and Clockwork being exclusive? What does this mean for Xbox?
See, and we kind of spoke about it in the How to Fix Xbox episode, where I think they need to go to actually keep the Xbox brand going as a console. They need to go back to exclusives. So I think these are not going to be permanent exclusives for the console. They will eventually go to the Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, they're launching in the Game Pass.
Go to PC. Yeah. But they'll go to Game Pass on PC.
Yeah, they're launching on PC as well.
Aren't they console exclusives?
No, they're console exclusives. So from when you buy it on console, there's only one console you can buy it. It's still on Steam.
Sorry.
That's what's ridiculous. It's like, well, Steam is just as a competitor as PlayStation, right? Like, isn't your new console
now it is,
a
because
PC?
they're moving to the PC space.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't think these are going to come to PlayStation.
You don't think these will come to PlayStation?
I don't think these two will not come to PlayStation.
Yeah.
I almost want to bet something on it, because the fact that they've given Halo and people have almost shit on them for it, there is so much almost resentment for the fact that Sony has gotten Halo, that I don't think they're going to make the same mistake twice. I think this is just going to stay as a Xbox game.
I agree.
Xbox will be an Xbox PC. They'll give it to Nintendo before they give it to Sony. You know what I mean?
Do you think that this is a snowballing or reverting back to an older?
I think that's what they want to do. I think that's what they want to do, big picture style. But do I think it's going to happen? I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah.
But what about you?
Yeah, I mean, these are interesting announcements. I immediately saw this as, I mean, for Xbox to turn the ship around, it's they've got a lot of work to do. Asher Sharma's, I don't know if you saw today, released a internal memo that was internal, but these things typically get leaked. So then, instead of it, waiting for them to get leaked, she's actually kind of just released it, and it kind of talks about the dire state that the business is in. So she openly admits that they're running at a 3% kind of profit margin, where Xbox, Microsoft initially were, under the Phil Spencer era, was trying to get them to achieve a 30% profit margin, which is ridiculous, right? I think Sony's at like a 12% margin, and like 10 to 12% seems to be the industry standard. But at the end of the fiscal year, they're at a 3% accountability margin. So they're barely making money. They've invested millions and billions of dollars on studios. Their hardware's down 30% year on year, quarter by quarter for the last 3-4 years. So they're not in a very strong position. So, I mean, they've committed to more exclusives. Asha Sharma's come out on her latest interview and made it somewhat more clear that they will look to do more, but it really depends on when the business becomes more profitable. Like, the exact quote is, "We're starting by introducing 1 or 2 signature exclusives, and as the business is healthy, we will look and try to do more." So I think like, to your point, I think their intention is to slowly like revert back to some level of exclusivity. I think I've always said that they probably were too aggressive with it. Like, they've just like, send the guy out with the PlayStation t-shirt and let's commit all these things. And now it's going to be interesting to see what they do, because, they talk about like prior commitments, but, 343 or Halo Studios have come out and publicly said PlayStation is now not the home of Halo, but Halo will find its home or whatever it is on PlayStation. So they've kind of publicly committed to things. And I see this as a retention play. I think this is like, we're bleeding. We can't lose the hardcores because we're about to launch another console, and we need these people. At worst, we need what we have. Yeah, so it's like, we will have these games exclusive. I agree. I don't think these particular games will come to PlayStation just out of spite. Not in spite, in terms of like, as much as we're going to lose money on these games, we can't optically do a Starfield and have this game come to PlayStation eventually. They will just have to bite the bullet and accept that these games are going to sell significantly less, in hopes that it kind of plugs a hole that is their hardcore and keeps them on side. As much as I hate the way Microsoft kind of panders to like a very vocal minority, they need these people as well. So I think their intention is, yes, we're going to turn this thing around. We will be able to move to exclusives. But if you've got a 3% margin, you talk about growth, you talk about being the number 2 publisher in the world. To be a publisher, you need to have your games going to more places possible. I've seen this kind of thesis that this is like, Asha, you've joined the business, you've got room to move. And they pushed to do this, and they've gone, all right, fine. You've got 2, we'll give you a big game in Gears, and we'll give you a new IP for 2027. So basically 1 per year. If you can prove to us that this results in a meaningful shift in somewhat, we will consider doing more. But in my mind, I think what's likely going to happen is, I had to look at the past Gears game sales, and like the 360 era ones at their peak were kind of selling 5, 6, 7 million units. And then they obviously, Microsoft don't report numbers anymore, but the estimated sales is about 2, 3 at the high end, 1 million on the lower end. And that's obviously Game Pass being a big part of it too, right? So I don't know what they do when, big boss Microsoft comes in and goes, Halo has sold multiple millions of copies on PlayStation alone. Plus, we've got multiple millions on PC. Forza's done the same thing. Fable's done the same thing.
Gears of War Remake did the same thing, you know what I mean?
Gears Reloaded didn't really sell very well, but it didn't sell well anyway because it was like a port of a remaster of a game that came out in the 360, right? This is like big money, multi-$100 million games. So if I'm them and I'm going, well, we've made all this money on this end, we've got a fledgling hardware business that we're still committed to. I just don't see a world where they can go back. I think that
it's not sustainable.
Yeah, so it's either that they use these games as a bone to the people that are there, But then it ultimately gives them an out because they can go, look, we've tried. It's not moving the needle and we need to run a sustainable business. I don't know if you saw today, as part of this memo, a leak's come out saying that there's going to be significant layoffs in the new financial year for Xbox, and it will include most likely a closure of a team.
Wow.
Which is not uncommon for we've seen Ubisoft close the studio as well. Sony will probably cut with Bungie a lot of people. But if you're running at such a very lean kind of profitability number in the single digits, turning that ship around, and obviously with hardware as well, I mean, with the cost of RAM, like Sony's going to face this too. It's like, who's buying this high-end $1,000 plus Xbox?
Yeah.
When the message is it's on everything else, and the fact that they pulled it from PlayStation, not Steam, tells me that this is a play to satiate the vocal voices online. Because Steam is just as much as a competitor. I mean, I buy Halo on PlayStation, which I am. Microsoft gets 70%. Sony keeps 30%. I buy it on Steam. Microsoft gets 70%. Steam gets 30%. So it's still a competing storefront.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the thing: is like, are they just trying to get that point that does Microsoft want to grab the ecosystem back, where how Sony gets the 30% cut of a lot of things, and a lot of their one of the most profitable games are their evergreen ones.
Games that they don't make. They just get money
NBAs, the FIFAs, the Fortnights, is Microsoft trying to tap into that market now? But, not tap in. They want to go back to that market. They want to be the competitor. Because, when it was a 50-50 split, and I was buying little indie games at Xbox 360 arcade store, it was the same thing,
But
Microsoft getting...
That's how it should have been.
That's how it should have been.
And I think someone made that. I was talking to someone online on Twitter about this, and they said Sony and all that make the most money on like what you just said, right? And I said yes, that's Sony because they have 14 studios and they don't make many games, like 1 or 2 a year, so they are relying on just being the biggest one out there and just being But Microsoft's actually more similar to Nintendo, where they make a lot of first party games, and a lot of their revenue is because they've got so many teams. They're the second biggest publisher, so they're more reliant on themselves than they are on just third-party purchases, right?
Yeah.
I think
and
Activision
Nintendo's
alone...
going strong because Nintendo's going strong because they stick their guns. They back like, you want to play Nintendo games?
Yeah.
Get a Nintendo.
Yeah, so I think Microsoft reports like $25 billion of I think in their 2025 financials. I think we don't know this, but if you look at Activision's past performance, they were bringing in between $8 and $9 billion, right? So if you got 25 billion, 8 or 9 of it is Activision. 5 billion of it is Game Pass because they've publicly said that, right? That's $13 billion. Surely the other studios are bringing in money as well, so that's $15 billion. So it's like more than 50% of their money is themselves. So it's different to Sony, where it's like Sony's probably only a small percentage. It's everyone else that makes up the money because they don't have that many games. So as much as it makes sense for Microsoft to kind of go back to that, really, if they want to succeed, it's like growing their software sales, and that boosts it, right? Because if they were serious, these games all of them need to be console and Xbox PC exclusive. Not on Steam and not on PlayStation.
Not on Steam.
And they're not doing that, which tells me it's like, this is but to keep the fanboys on side, or you're going to try to turn the ship around. But if we can't prove it out, we've got a reason to go, well, we tried and we can't do it. It doesn't work. And if you're a fan of Xbox, it's like, what do you prefer? I mean, if I had to choose between not playing a series that I love because the studio is gone, or Vinny can play it on his Switch. Vinny, play it on whatever you want, as long as I still get the game, right?
Yeah.
And the studio's still around to make it. So, anyway, I think that's a discussion for another day, but I think an important discussion to plant our flag. We might cut this out and even put this as a separate discussion, because I think it's a worthwhile thing to have. Yeah. So let's maybe do that. But let's quickly go through the games that were there. Let's start with Spyro. The Return, Toys for Bob. Man, I think this trailer's done like 9 million views on YouTube. I'm like full of figures and numbers today. But
I think I said it last week. I want to see a Spyro.
Yeah.
I said last week or week before. I'm like, hey, you know what? I got my wish. I was happy for a Spyro 4.
I don't know if you remember in the art book of Crash 4, there was a Spyro tease in there a long time ago, and it's only just happened. No, it's wild.
Yeah, which is like, I wonder, does this mean that based on the success, are they going to do a Crash? Are they going to do like, are they going to alternate like every couple of years? Be like, Crash Spyro, Crash Spyro. I think that would be the healthy way of doing it. Toys for Bob as a studio to get a consistent IP going, where it's like 3 to 4 years is not enough to get fatigue of a game, enough to strive and want a sequel.
Yeah, I don't know why Microsoft let them go, to be honest. I feel like it's a relatively small, cheap team, and Crash 4 and Crash Collection sold pretty well. Like, that's just, Yeah,
weird. But yeah, Spyro 4, man, I am so keen for this game. He looks a little bit more mature as well. Like, he looks like he's
a bit more angsty.
Yeah, and he's not the angsty is the PS2 era of Spyro.
Yeah. I didn't like those. That was the Traveler Tales games, right?
Yeah, which were not good.
No.
They had like Elijah Wood voicing Spyro and stuff like that.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. With this one, this is a proper Spyro 4. So this is a direct continuation of the PlayStation 1 era of games. So it's this era of Spyro.
Yeah.
My favorite era of Spyro. The Insomniac era of Spyro. My favorite era of Spyro.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so keen for this game. I think it's coming at the right time for me. I just need something I just need that game, that 3D action adventure platformer. Give me that. Love a 3D platformer. Gobble that shit up. Yeah. What are you? Were you hyped for it?
Yeah, I was. I was never a massive Spyro guy. I liked it.
You're a Crash boy.
Them. I was a Crash guy. Yeah. But I'm excited. I really liked Crash 4, so I like the team, and I'm excited to go back. But yeah, I'm definitely keen for Spyro, the Return of the Purple Dragon.
That's it.
Vinny, what else was there that you were keen on?
Oh, look, there was a few there from the Xbox showcase, like to put some out there. I mean, you got me with Persona 4, like Revival. So for people who don't know about Persona, your first Persona is your favorite Persona, and no one can tell you otherwise. Yeah, that's the rule for Personas. Yeah, they're annoying and this fans. And this is my first Persona, and it's my favorite Persona. So I said it the other week where I'm like, I don't know how many JRPGs I got left in me. I got at least one for this one.
Yeah.
I love Persona 4. The story is so cool. I think this one's better than 5, personally, from story-wise. And then they announced Persona 6. So I'm going to tossing that up.
I saw that. They did, but I'm like...
They teased.
Come on, guys.
The fact that Persona 6 is coming. Yeah. It might come in 5 years, but it's gonna be there. But yeah, there was a few and to name another one that I thought was quite cool. That are Magicians, the Devil's Deal.
Yeah, who's making that, by the way? I don't know if I recognize the team.
Great question. Let me just look that up. Yeah, but that game looks good. It's very like Dishonored,
Bioshock
style of game. Yeah, Bioshock core. I wonder who the Devil's Deal.
Quality podcasting yet again.
Yeah, quality podcasting. I'm gonna find this.
That's all right.
You keep going. What you are?
The one for me. I'm excited for Fable. And I am excited for Halo. I'm excited. I was more excited for Halo originally, just because I'm like, this is new to me. Like, I don't know if you saw they announced today, which is not like a new thing. They're introducing a third-person mode to the Halo Campaign Evolved game, the remake for PlayStation. And Xbox and others. And someone commented on there, it's like, oh man, they're really placating to the PlayStation fans, like a third person.
Yeah, the third person over the shoulder gameplay.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, maybe this is my way of playing it, actually, because I'm more of a third person guy. But I'm excited to pick this up. I'm interested to see how these big Xbox games actually perform on PlayStation. It'd be funny to see where they chart. Because I think these games are going to be huge. I think Halo is going to be big on PlayStation. I think.
Oh, 100%. Have you played Halo before?
I have played... I think I have finished Halo 1 a very long time
Yep.
ago. I have played... Halo 2 I've played as well. And that is all. So the rumor is that they're going to continue to remake the old games and obviously have something new in development as well. So I'm down. And I mean, this is one for the history books just to have, right? I purchased Gears Reloaded and it's still sealed. Just to...
Yeah.
Because I played Gears not that long ago, and I like Gears enough, but it's never been, crazy for me. But I just purchased it to keep it. But Halo, I do intend on playing, and it comes out next month, so that's my game for July, I think, will be Halo. But really, the big one for me, Castlevania, Belmont's Curse.
Oh, yeah.
Finally
That
getting
game
a release
looks
date.
pretty.
October 15th. I am so down for this game. Pre-ordered, obviously. Ready to roll. Day one.
What are you buying it on?
PS5. Yeah. I just gotta keep going with... I just want to have one collection. I can't... My OCD brain... I'll buy Nintendo for Nintendo games. Pretty much. Now. So...
Yeah.
We'll talk about Nintendo in just a sec. But... yeah. That was really it for me. Fable, I've also pre-ordered. Looks very high-end AAA.
Very high quality game.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic.
Everything I hear is very positive. My only concern, it's not even a concern, it's more that I don't know how it will click with me. I do tend to like more my fantasy games to be a bit more dark and gritty, as opposed to, oi, governor, oh, fuck. Like, so,
Yeah.
we'll see. I think the trailer they showed looked cool. Everything looks really good. So I'm sure it's going to review incredibly well, and I'm sure I'm going to like it because it is a Josh game. Great studio. Yeah, pre-ordered. Be there day one.
Oof, man. Yeah. Fable looks great, but I'm just looking at Castlevania again. I'm like, that game looks clean. And it's funny how you talk about how you have a single collection for game. Like I think of what is going to be better to be played on. So I think of for example, like a side scroller like this. Well, a Metroidvania game. I'm playing this on a handheld because I played a Dread on a handheld, Prince of Persia, Hollow Knight, both of them, and then another Vania for me. So on a handheld. So it's like that's like the Switch 2 for me.
Yeah, I get that. I'll just use the Portal.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? That's good because that's your handheld.
Yeah. Well, that's how I've been playing even Mina. So, but I agree, it's definitely got that.
That's good. I feel weird playing Mina on like a big screen.
It does look pretty good on big screen too. Funny enough.
Yeah, but it just feels weird to play. It's like
wrong.
I remember always playing. Yeah, it feels wrong. It's like always playing when I used to play emulators on a big screen.
Yeah.
Playing Pokemon Red on a 72-inch OLED screen. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't really work. All right, let's wrap up with the direct before we get out of here. We might actually skip Perfect Parry this week, given that we've gone a little bit longer. Unless you really want to do it.
No, that's all right. We can keep going.
Let's wrap up with the Nintendo Direct, which was... When was that? That was only yesterday.
Like 2 days ago.
Yeah. So Nintendo Direct a few days ago. We got a date for you guys. Announced pretty last minute. It's kind of the last showing of the Summer Games Fest period. Probably the best, worst show I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
Highest highs, but the lowest lows.
This was the worst presentation for one of the best lineups I think I've ever seen.
Yeah. How funny. There's this meme floating around. What's the guy's name that does these things? What's his name? Mr. Nintendo. What's his name?
Furukawa, whatever his name.
There is this meme of him. I sent this to you, Vinny, but to describe it for the listeners, it's like I don't even know. Can we show it? It's
I'll try.
It's so if you watch the direct when he was playing the what's that thumb game? What's that called?
Oh, Rhythm Heaven?
No, the thumb game. It's part of the sports. But what's the actual game called? You know, when you play with your thumb and you got to hold the other person's thumb.
Thumb Wars?
Thumb Wars.
Thumb
That's it.
wrestling?
He was playing that, but it was part of the Wii Sports or whatever. And there's this shot of him having to kind of like shake the Wii remote, or the Switch remote, and it showed his face on one end of the screen and then his hand on the other side. But the it's so weird to describe, but the facial reaction is kind of him like looking like he's kind of jerking it, which is funny.
Yeah.
And people have put that video over like the Stellar Blade trailer and a few others, and it is hilarious. It's definitely like we haven't gotten a good funny E3 moment in a very long time. This is one of those. I was like laughing out loud when I saw the memes that were coming from it. But yeah, one of the weirdest shows ever. I've never been so bored and then excited and then bored and then excited again in my life. So to grade it, how do you grade it? I mean, it had Kingdom Hearts 4, so it automatically goes up a peg.
It had Kingdom Hearts 4. It had Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time teaser.
Yet it was still a bad show.
And yet it was still a bad show. Yeah, I agree. I think this one's like a C.
Yeah. Doesn't make sense, right, to say that, though.
Purely for execution.
Yeah.
But, like, the lineup, man, like, just going through it now, like, we got, like, some honorable mentions, like, Omniusha coming to Switch 2, Dragon's Dogma coming to Switch 2, Stellar Blade,
first
Orbitals, which looks really good. I think this game looks like a lot of fun. It's got that 80s Astro Boy style of animation. Like the new Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave trailer. Donkey Kong DLC with the trophy, the quote unquote trophies. Which is coming out just for that. Like, what, the new Xenoblade Genesis?
Yeah, there was some really good that's what I'm saying. It's like
and Xenoblade 1, 2, 3 getting the Switch 2 treatment.
Yeah.
Like, just
Kingdom Hearts natively coming, Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah.
This is like, if you list those games, you're like, what are you talking about? This is a C. And then you watch the showcase and you're like, what the hell?
what is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, you would know my honorable mentions to talk about this.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's the Star Fox free demo that's coming out.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna play that. That is another funny meme. Is the Star Fox image of him looking lifeless and like this puppet? I think that's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try. I don't know. I don't know if I can justify the purchase. I wasn't a 64 guy, so I don't have the nostalgia goals.
Me neither.
Yeah. I'm gonna try it and then.
I will also try it.
But Final Fantasy Resonance.
That game looks cool.
Pre-ordered.
That can like play like summoning. Your summons are all the Final Fantasy characters.
Yeah, I was a little worried when I heard it was like it's not a remake or a remaster or a conversion of a mobile game, but instead it's kind of like a reworking where it's taking the lore of a mobile game, but like kind of developing around it. A little concerning, but then I heard that Octopath Traveler 0 was also that, and that reviewed incredibly well and did really well as well. So I think they know what they're doing. Like it's pixel Final Fantasy turn-based. It's not something you want to do wrong, because this is something you can do alongside your mainline games and kind of satiate that old school fan base. So I've pre-ordered this. I think it comes out in October, part of the million other games coming out.
Yeah, October 22nd.
And yeah, this was the announcement for me that was like, except for Kingdom Hearts 4. But let's any thoughts on Final Fantasy, and maybe we can touch on Kingdom Hearts and Ocarina at the end.
Yeah, no, I think this was kind of what I've been wanting from Final Fantasy, to just play a proper turn-based RPG. I mean, I'm never gonna have time. This is why this is a good Switch game, because it's there, like you said, the Portal, the handheld experience. I think this is going to be a great handheld experience for me.
Yeah. And apparently it's 30-40 hours, which I was like, thank God. Because this easily could have been a 200-hour game, and I'm like, damn it. I'm not going to ever finish this.
Exactly.
Kingdom Hearts 4. Vinny. Who would have thunked it to be shown here after all this? Even when it was being shown, I was like, is this Kingdom Hearts 4?
Yeah. Yeah. So Sam, she messaged me after, like, in the morning. She's like, Kingdom Hearts 4 and Zelda just got trailers. I was like, what the fuck did I wake up to? It was like, I was thinking, I'm like, do I stay up and watch this? No, I got to work in the morning. All good. like what's going to be that? I'm always disappointed by all the other directs.
Yeah.
Bam.
I know.
It looks good, and supposedly leaked for 2027 according to
Australian retailers.
Australian retailers are calling it. Catch up in the Kingdom Hearts 1 to 3 collection in time for the 2027 release of Kingdom Hearts 4.
The 3 isn't it?
I
Kingdom
hope
Hearts 1 to 3.1. I don't know if you noticed the logo's got 3 and then it's got like a little for the collection. I don't know.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if I'm making that up, but I'm pretty sure it's got like a fourth line, but it's not a full 4. It's like a little.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. I wonder why. I wonder if it's just that terrible AI upscaled photo.
But yeah. I mean, I'm down day one, obviously.
Yeah, this one I'll take. I'll use my long service leave and play it.
Yeah. Well, you'll probably earn enough long service leave to start a new job somewhere before it comes out, but.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I mean, it's Kingdom Hearts. I'm the fact that we saw it is a good thing. So. I mean,
God.
We saw Kingdom Hearts 3 for 10 years. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts collection. It's got like it's a bracket. Okay, there's 1 to 3 in a bracket. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not rebuying the collection. I've got these on PS4, so I'm making my way through. I mean, I'm missing 2.8. I need to buy that. I've got 1.5 and 2.5. Ridiculous naming.
Yeah.
But I think I'll need to make my way through the collection before this game comes out. But
I might buy this collection.
I think you will.
Because I'm a little fiend. But I'm going to buy it on the Switch too.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is going to be a Switch 2 collection for me.
Ocarina time before we wrap this nearly 2-hour podcast up.
Oh my God, nearly 2 hours. Okay.
That's fine.
Sorry to everyone.
Don't need to apologize. It's kind of the point.
Yeah. Ocarina of Time. Disappointed.
Yeah.
That's all we got. That's all we got.
I know we're gonna see more, but it's like this is the pop-off moment, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's him being the least pop-offable he's ever been. He's
asleep.
Yeah. This guy ain't doing anything.
Yeah.
It was just so, like, you heard the story and the music. You see the Korokiri forest. You see the big Deku tree. You're like, oh, what's this? And then you see this very, very heavily, very detailed CGI animation of young Link, and then just
it should have faded to
lights
black
up,
and then cut like gameplay cuts.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you'd opening. Like when you first step out into Hyrule Forest, Hyrule Fields, something like that. Maybe you see Sheik. Maybe you see Ganon just in a silhouette. Something. Maybe you see the Master Sword. Anything, but nothing.
Nothing. We'll see more later.
And the fact that it's coming out in 2026 means they have all that ready.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
They just wanted to show it somewhere else, but it's just like. I don't know. Yeah. I wonder if they're doing a special Zelda Direct.
Oh,
yeah, definitely. 100% they are. But it's just like...
You had it.
You had it. You can't really show too much of this because it's a game everyone knows exists. So it's like, just show it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You had it and you blew it.
You had it and you blew it, Mr. Nintendo. But thank you for giving us the meme. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Vinny, anything else you want to touch on as we wrap up? I look so tired. I'm just looking at my face. I'm like, oh God, this is a face that stared at a screen for too many hours today.
Too many hours? Yeah, no. I think I'm good. I think we covered this was very much not so much a very opinion piece, I could say. Not so one of those fun topics. This is just straight up. This is the gaming Christmas.
You got to do it.
Week that happened. You got to do it.
You got to do it.
Everything that came out, we're happy for it. It's going to be here. We're going to love it. Some good stuff. Like we are eating.
Yeah, and that's the message. Eat, people. Don't whinge. Eat. If you don't like it, then whinge. But if you're not eating it, don't whinge.
Exactly. There's literally something for everyone in the last 4 directs. There's 4 game whatever shows not to be confused with the game show.
Yeah.
There, in these 4 game shows, there is definitely a game that you're going to like.
Yeah, exactly. If not love, if not multiple. So, yeah. Get out there, touch some grass, play some video games.
Exactly.
Vinny, thank you for being here today. Long ass
Pleasure.
episode. We covered a lot. Had some fun along the way.
Yep.
Been good seeing you.
Yeah. My hair will be even longer next time.
Yeah. But let's get out of here. Vinny, do you want to send us away?
May the power protect you.
Goodbye.